today, my session isn't going to be that technical or deep. It should be fairly light. I'm really here to give you guys an update on what happened with Hummingbird. People have been talking about it. There's been a lot of rant on the social internet saying it has no impact to SEO. Other people are saying it's changed the content strategy landscape. It's really dramatic. So let's actually just have a look at what they've changed. So just to introduce myself and my native bird, which is a kiwi, because I felt a little bit jealous that we were talking about hummingbirds so much. So I wanted to confuse you with a second bird, which is a kiwi. So kiwis are native birds of New Zealand. They're flightless, and they have no value. They're really like walang quenta, you know. They get eaten by dogs. I'm not sure how much you guys follow the Google updates, but basically they've been updating them for the last couple of years, well, forever really. But they do about 500 to 600 updates per year. Some of them occasionally are major updates, but mostly they're really minor little tweaks to the algorithms. So the major ones we've seen are things like Google Panda and Penguin, and then they've had subsequent releases. So what's Hummingbird? Which is a big question. There's so many ways to describe it, right? But one of the best analogies I've seen is it's like Google's old car engine was just replaced by a newer, cooler one. So going from a shitty old Honda, we're now with a BMW. The logic behind it hasn't changed too much, aside from some major changes, which I'll talk about in a bit. But a lot of the same Panda and Penguin algorithms are still part of it. So they've kind of taken a lot of the parts out of the old Google engine and put it into a pretty cool, funky new engine. They call it Hummingbird because it means precise and fast, which is really what they want to achieve out of their search engines. So actually, I wrote down a quote from that video from that guy who's the fellow at Google. He said, "We want to provide the most relevant result to the user in the fastest time possible." So precise and fast, I mean, it's exactly that. Many parts are still the same, and it's according to Huffington Post, it's the biggest change to the Google algorithm in 12 years. So it's pretty major. Like, this has been a pretty gargantuan change. So let's look into what the purpose is from a Google to customer perspective. So when you do a search, Google wants to look at your entire search query as a whole, as opposed to just picking out keywords within it. And I'll show you some examples of what that means. Improve results accuracy. So of course they want to get the most relevant result. Improve mobile and voice search. And we'll talk about how they do this, but Google's recognizing that mobile is the future of how we interact with the internet. It's simple, but Google are really hot on it, and make search faster and more precise.